Hi, this is Cheryl McQueen, designer with Bello's Designs. Today's Talk Crafty to Me video tutorial will cover several ways that we can make rain on our projects. I would be demonstrating this techniques on some tags that I have pre-made in advance. If you wish to see the techniques on making various backgrounds, be sure to check out the team member page on delbellosdesigns.com. I have a page where you can access my tutorials, and each team member has a page with many great tutorials as well. Be sure to look for them for some great inspirations. Please check in the YouTube description box below this video to see the supplies used for each of the tags. So let's get started. What we're going to do first is let me show you a couple of cards that I have made using one of my favorite ways of making rain. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see on a camera or video, but I have used a glitter pen on a couple of projects here to make rain. Here's another one that I've done. So these may not look as great when you try and take a picture of them, but when you give them to somebody, they can see the really pretty glimmer and shimmer of the glitter pen. So the first one that we will be doing is the rabbit. And this one, I will go ahead and tell you briefly. This one is made using 3 stamps. The LAV 698. Is the Flora set. That is what I have done to make these little flowers here at the bottom. LAV 581 is Pippin, the miniature bunny rabbit. And the tree is LAV 477, Fairy Fir Tree 2. The colors that I've used for the sky, I started out with a broken china color in the background, and then took the chipped sapphire and did it around on top of it, just leaving a little bit of the lighter color to show through. For the ground, I used Mowed lawn, which is the lighter color first, using a hill mask that I have. And then I took the pine needles, these are all Tim Holtz Distress inks, and darkened some areas and put in a few more of the hills. What we will be doing, also, I'm sorry, I did use a mask, a circle mask for the moon, and used a little bit of the squeezed lemonade to give it just a little bit of color, and then put the chipped sapphire across the moon to show that rainy sky look. So with this particular card, what we're going to do is we're going to use our Sakura Jelly Roll glitter pen. And this pen, like I said, you may not be able to see as I work on it, but I will pick it up and show you. It just does a really pretty glimmer, shimmer on the card. Basically what I'm going to do is just take this pen and just make little dashes all across the area. Now, what I want to do is I don't want to put any of those in this area under the branches. So it looks like Pippin is sitting under the tree to stay out of the rain. So basically what I'm going to do is just simply take my pen and just make little dash lines all down, all over it. And again, you will not probably be able to see them until I pick this up to show you basically what I'm doing. Let's see if we can kind of get you where you can kind of see what I'm doing. Basically, like I said, just straight little dashed lines. So I'm going to keep doing those all down the side, but you'll notice that I'm going to only go right here. I'm not going to get any of the raindrops under the tree, so that Pippin is staying out of the rain in his little protected area there. I will let a little bit of the rain kind of fall maybe around in front. So let's see if we can get you where you can see that I have done the little dashes of rain all down the side here, and yet Pippin is still dry underneath the tree. Now what we would like to go ahead and do is show that it's been raining for a little while, so our tree branches are going to have some water standing on them. So I'm just going to take my glitter pen and in just a few places puddle up some of the glitter pin on it to make it look like they're sitting on top of the branch. It's sitting on top of the branches. At the top of the branches are wet. You can color as much as you would like to on that process or not. Also, the rain is kind of puddling on the mountainside a little bit, the hilltops there. So I'm just going to put a few little areas of colored in rain water to make it look like there's a little bit of standing water. We'll put just a little bit around here and maybe a couple of puddles going here. So as you can probably see, there are some puddles there that looks like the rain has built up. And that's basically all there is to that one. As I said, it's difficult to see this particular style on the camera, but in person it looks so beautiful and the light catches the shimmers. You can do short little strokes to get little bitty raindrop strokes, raindrop coming down, or you can just do longer strokes. It's really up to you. I think more what it gives you is the beauty of the shimmer. So that's the first method. The second one that we will do is that sometimes people do like to see the rain without having to tilt it to look at the glimmer. So with doing that, we will go ahead and try using the white jelly roll pen. And basically we're going to do exactly the same process. We're just going to stroke down quick little strokes to make it look as though the rain is coming down. Now with your background, sometimes the white will actually soak in, which I kind of like because that then makes it just a little bit lighter. And again, you can do long strokes, little short strokes, whatever you would like. And again, we are also going to make sure that Christopher Caterpillar does not get wet in the rain. He's sitting underneath the mushroom. So our raindrops are going to stop and be just around the edges. So basically it's the same process as with the other one. Now with me, this looks a little flat, so I do like to go back with my glitter pen and put some of the glitter strokes exactly the same way, so that when you pick it up and look at it, you do get that little bit of glimmer with the glitter pen. So you can maybe see that we've got both the white and the glitter. Again, let's take our glitter pen. We want to go ahead and maybe do some puddles. Let's see if maybe it's a little puddle is trying to, oops, make sure that's writing. All right, get my little glitter pen. Instead of using the white, we'll use the glitter pen and just kind of create a few puddles. Kind of color them in. These puddles are forming on the grass. And we're going to get a little bit of puddling on top of our mushroom, so we'll color in a little bit there. And then it's really only hitting just the very edge of this one, we're going to say, with our puddle. So as you can see, we've got our rain puddles in the glitter, and then we've got our rain coming down with the white and the glitter pen used. Like I said, this is where you can see it just a little bit more. So you find the whichever one you like as your preference. I personally just love the glitter one, so that's the one that I do most of the time, but the white can be used as well. And one of the most fun ones that we can do that gives it a little bit more of an animated look is going to be that we are going to use the stencil and mica to make our raindrops. To make our mica raindrops, we are going to use mica powder, a little spoon so that we can dish out how much we want. We're going to use a little dusting pillow so that we don't get static on our piece, so that the mica will only stay on the spots that we like. And then we're going to use Distress Embossing ink. So I have seen different patterns for stencils online that you can find. I actually own a silhouette machine and I cut my own out. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pat my project with the anti-static bag. This way we'll keep our mica from getting where we don't want it to be. Once we have done that, we will position, actually I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of, I'm going to grab a piece of paper here so I have it handy when we're ready to start our inking process, our mica process. So I'm going to just take my stencil and figure out exactly where I would like for it to be and place it down. Then what I'm going to do is take my Distress Embossing ink pad, and I'm just going to go over the top of it, tap it down so that the ink only fills in where my raindrops are. Once we've done that, we will lift our stencil up, set it to the side. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my piece of paper underneath. Open up my mica powder. I chose a sky blue. I haven't used this color yet, so it'll be exciting to see what it looks like. And then I'm just going to sprinkle my mica powder on top here. And I need to grab my fan brush out and then just brush it across my piece here. To make sure that it goes across all of the raindrops that I made with my stencil. Then I'm going to try and just brush off the excess mica powder. I'm hoping that this blue is going to be dark enough. Should have picked a darker blue. You can kind of see my little shimmer there of the raindrops. got a little spot there that I don't really like, but looks like I got a little bit of the edge of my embossing pad on that, but that's okay. So we'll just get the rest of that brushed off. And so there I've got my mica showing up on as my raindrops over the top. If you want them to show up more, then you would need to use a darker color. And we're actually going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and experiment with that. I'm going to put what I have excess on my sky blue color back into my jar to use later on. And then let's see if we can't grab the dark blue and see what that does. Okay, so for our dark blue, let's go ahead and set our scratch piece of paper aside. Pick up our stencil. I'm going to see if I can't position this so that I don't get a whole lot of overlap with my raindrops. And we'll try doing some of the darker. See what happens with that. And obviously you can experiment around with any colors that you'd like to do. A silver might be kind of nice to add a nice shimmer. Kind of like with the glitter pen, it might not be seen just straight on, but when you catch the light on it, you will see the shimmer and the pretty glow of it. So let's see what happens if we use the dark blue. And we'll take that. Oh yeah, I think our dark blue may show up just a little bit more than our light blue did. Light blue kind of blended into the background just a little bit. All right. Oh yeah, that looks really good. So there we go. If you do choose to use a mica powder and something like this, just be sure that you spray it when you're done with a sealant, because the mica powder will come off. I use a matte finish art, kind of a Krylon brand, I believe, to do that. And there you go, you've got your mica raindrops. That one gives it a little bit more of an animated appearance, but it's really cute. You can also do a stencil with that if you'd like to. If you just want to lay your stencil down and use your inks to do raindrops, you can do that as well. Let's see if we can't do just a few of them. And what we might do with that is just take let's see, what have we got here? Maybe a dark blue color. I think maybe my chipped sapphire would work really well with doing that. So let's get out the chipped sapphire from my ink box here. And let's try applying that in just a few little spots, just so you can kind of see what it looks like. So let's get maybe this small little foam piece. Rub it on there. And there you go. So you can just use your regular ink as well. You don't have to use the mica. Another option is to use glitter. Okay, and then one final way that you can do it that I have done. Of course, there are many options that you can probably come up with on your own, but another option that I did here was to just take my white jelly roll pen and hand create the raindrops. The easiest way that I found to do that is to do just a little bit of a circle with your gel pen and kind of pull down. This one doesn't want to work. Hold on a second. Let's get that ink flowing. And just pull down. And basically I'm doing these raindrops upside down so that it makes it easier to do your little tail. Let me get a little bit bigger gel pen. So you can pull that down, pull it down a little bit, circle, pull down, circle, pull down, circle, pull down. Now, to get the shape, you can then just kind of color in just a little bit. Again, this one is a little bit more of an animated appearance as well. And then when you turn it the other way, then you've got your raindrops. So, I hope that this has kind of been a fun way to figure out different ways that you can do rain. So that was our glitter with the glitter pen. That was our white gel pen with glitter to fill in. And this one was our mica. With my tags, what I like to do then is mount them onto a background with my adhesive running tape. Center them onto a background piece. And then I will get a hole punch and punch that out and thread a ribbon through it, kind of like I did with this one. There are many techniques and ways that you can make rain. I hope that these few techniques that I have done will inspire you to play around with rain and perhaps create something of your own. If you have any ideas that you'd like to share with me, I'd love to see them. I'm always interested in seeing new things. Remember to check out the delbellosdesigns.com website for more tutorials on the design team page. I hope you have a great day.